Jingle All the Way is a 1996 Christmas film starring Arnold the Terminator Schwarzenegger and Annie. This is one of my favorites to rewatch during the holiday season, and it's got a lot of your film essentials in it. You got a man who neglects his family, but then he promises to his young little boy that he will make it right and he will give him what he wants for Christmas. Chaos ensues, shenanigans galore, and Sinbad shows up. What's up everybody, welcome back to the HEZ Project. I'm John Ortalaza, and today we're continuing on the event that we have going on during the month of December, HEZ-MAS, and today we're going to be reviewing Jingle All the Way, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let's talk about it. Like I said, I really enjoy this movie. It's one of my all-time favorites for the holidays, and it's probably the first time I've seen Arnold Schwarzenegger, if I'm being completely honest. I didn't see the Terminator films up until the last 5 years. So those are fairly new to me. This is probably confidently the first time I've seen Arnold Schwarzenegger in a film. I really like Arnold in this film, even though it is just a little weird that this big, imposing Austrian dude is the father to Anakin Skywalker. That's the funniest thing about it. Rewatching it after seeing Star Wars so many times and Terminator so many times, the Terminator is Anakin Skywalker's father. Also, I think this is the first time I've seen Christopher Lloyd. I mean, Jake Lloyd, what?
1.21 gigawatts!
The plot of this film is pretty simple. Jake plays Jamie in the film, and he feels neglected by his father. He's not making it to his karate lessons to where he can get the new belt and whatnot. He's missing them. He's not exactly forgetting them. He knows that he's got to go to his son's karate class, but yeah, he is pretty tied up at work, but he's also running into these obstacles. But at the end of the day, that stuff doesn't matter. He didn't make time for his family. And so Arnold, who plays Howard in the film, he vows to make it right by Christmas. He's gonna get his son Jamie the Turbo Man action figure that he's been asking for. Then he has a talk with his wife before bed, and she says, "Oh, that reminds me, you picked up the doll, right, from a few weeks ago?" And then the camera just zooms in on him. What? Thus begins the shenanigans of the film. Howard has to go out during, I believe, Christmas Eve to look for the hottest toy on the market, the Turbo Man action figure. And of course it's sold out everywhere. Of course he can't just walk into a store and grab it. There's so many scenarios that are played out in this film that are really good. I think there's a lot of gags in here that work. There's this radio show that's giving away a free Turbo Man action figure, but really it's just a certificate that you can go to any store and claim one, but they need to have them in stock. While all this is going on, Sinbad's character comes into play. He works for the Postal Service, and he's trying to get an action figure of Turbo Man for his son. So you get a lot of back and forth comedy between the two. They're kind of, friendly competition at first, but then it becomes this bloodthirsty rivalry between the two, just besting one another so that they make sure that they're left behind so that they can get to the next action figure, hopefully. They're at this mall where this raffle is going on for the new Turbo Man action figures. That falls apart quickly, a bunch of shenanigans, and then he runs into a mall Santa who overheard him talking about wanting to get a Turbo Man doll, and he was like, "Hey, I can bring it to this warehouse. We got some Turbo Man dolls." And it's just this warehouse of a bunch of mall Santas. Everyone's dressed up in a Santa suit, and they're manufacturing toys and whatnot, and I'm like, this is pretty sketch. Just when Howard thinks he finally got the Turbo Man doll, he unwraps it quickly just to check it, and it's speaking Spanish. Then he takes the doll out of the box, and it just falls apart. It's all broken. It's not even assembled. The mall Santa's like, "Well, it takes some self-assembly." And then this brawl just breaks out with Howard and all the fake con artist Santa Clauses, up until the big one comes out, and it's freaking Paul White, Big Show, playing this giant imposing Santa Claus. No shirt, with the freaking suspenders. Dude looks insane. That's probably one of my favorite WWE cameos in a movie, to see the Big Show as Santa Claus going up against the Terminator. That was really cool. When all of the shenanigans calm down, this film really does have a lot of heart, and that's what I like about it. It's not this outright comedy that's just played off for laughs. No, it does have some heart, more so than what it may appear to have on the surface level. I like that Howard wants to be there for his son, and he wants to make it up to him by giving him the one thing that he's asked for this Christmas. You do still get a sprinkle of that heart with Sinbad's character Myron, and that's what I like about it. He's not just this villainous guy. Of course, he's occupying that role of the film, but at the end of the day, they're all still human. This isn't like an outright superhero movie, right? Oh, but then at the Christmas parade, Howard totally becomes a superhero. Look, whatever you want to say about this film, if it doesn't work for you, if you find this part very silly at the end in the third act, fine by me. I'm not inclined to talk bad about this movie because it's a Christmas movie and it's really good. Everything in this movie makes me laugh, makes me smile, and it all just works. None of it is really bad, in my opinion. I like when Howard suits up as Turbo Man. Like, if he can't get Jamie his Turbo Man action figure, the next best thing, if not better than the action figure, is to become Turbo Man. That's what happens. He becomes Turbo Man. That's like the coolest thing in the movie. I like that, and it ultimately plays into Jamie's decision at the end of the big old fight when Myron becomes, I don't know, Brainiac, whatever the hell his name is in the movie. He becomes the villain, the legit villain from the Turbo Man in-movie TV show. Afterwards, Jamie finally gets this limited edition Turbo Man action figure, but he decides to give it to Myron. But Jamie, you wanted the Turbo Man. Yeah, I did, but so does Myron's kid. And why would I need that when I have the real Turbo Man right here? It's not like this super emotional scene, although I can express emotions for like the littlest things sometimes in movies, I'll be honest. That just does tug at the heartstrings a little bit. I like that. It was a really nice moment. Jamie got the best present that Christmas. He got to see his father, and then he got to see his father as his favorite character. So that was really cool. And then the movie ends pretty nicely. It's Christmas time. The wife's like, oh, it's nice to see you went through all that trouble for Jamie's gift. It almost makes me wonder, what did you get me? Howard stares blankly to the camera.
It's a superhero costume.
What is it?
It's Lace Man.
Anyways, guys, that is my review for Jingle All the Way. Let me know down below, what did you think of the film? If you've never seen it, please go check it out. It'll make you feel good inside. It's a great Christmas film. I'd put it up there with Home Alone, which I will be reviewing soon, as well as Scrooged, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and Gremlins. Those are 3 films I've never seen before, so you're gonna see first-time watches, first-time reactions to those 3 films. I've seen Home Alone, so we're gonna talk about that, of course. So guys, leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and be sure to stick around to see those Christmas-related movie reviews come to the channel, because there is more to come.